Former President Trump said Thursday he would not participate in another debate with Vice President Harris, squashing the potential for a second meeting between the two candidates before Election Day. When a prize fighter loses a fight, the first words out of his mouth are, "I want a rematch," Trump posted on Truth Social, asserting that he won Tuesday's debate with Harris despite some polls showing otherwise. The former president argued issues like inflation and immigration were discussed in great detail during his June debate with President Biden and during Tuesday night's showdown with Harris. She was a no show at the Fox debate and refused to NBC and CBS, Trump posted. Kamala should focus on what she should have done during the last almost 4 year period. There will be no third debate. Shortly after Trump's social media post, Harris took to the stage for a rally in North Carolina where she addressed her desire to face former president again. I believe we owe it to the voters to have another debate because this election, what are at stake, could not be more important, Harris told supporters. Trump and Harris debated on Tuesday, their first meeting since Harris became the Democratic candidate in late July. The vice president repeatedly attempted to get under Trump's skin, often succeeding as the former president went on tangents about crowd sizes, Biden, and a conspiracy theory about migrants abducting pets in an Ohio town. Harris's campaign almost immediately called for a second debate between the two candidates. Trump waffled, suggesting he wasn't inclined to agree to another one. The former president has previously accepted a Fox News debate in early September and an NBC debate in late September, though Harris's campaign said a second debate was dependent on the two candidates both participating in Tuesday's event hosted by ABC News. A CNN Rapid poll found 63% of debate watchers said Harris won Tuesday's debate, compared to 37% who said Trump won. Multiple polls released Thursday showed Harris widening her lead over Trump nationally. Trump cited multiple social media polls in the Wednesday morning interview, including one posted by C-SPAN that showed he fared better than Harris, and a Trump campaign poll found Trump got a 2-point bump from the debate, while Harris' support in battleground states remained flat. Now, I said before, I'm not some ardent Democratic supporter, um, but I think you have to be, because you're looking at this polling, right? The polling that was discussed earlier in this article, where they talk about the over 60% who saw, yeah, here it is, the CNN Rapid poll. The over 60% of debate watchers said Harris won it. I think that 37% is like a combination of Republicans and people that just despise Democrats, because I really can't see how any objective person could say Trump looked good during that night. And when Trump says, what was that analogy he made? Uh, when a prize fighter loses a fight, the first words out of his mouth are, "I want a rematch." No, this is a commonality of presidential elections. In the last 20, 30 years, they tend to have multiple debates: a vice presidential debate between the two VP candidates, and anywhere from 2 to 3 debates between the major party candidates. And really, you have to wonder, because I remember that a lot of the Republicans were saying Harris is scared to do non-scripted appearances. That's why she won't do any interviews. That's why she might not agree to debate Trump. But imagine if Harris had said after this debate on a few days ago, "I'm not doing any more. That's it. I won. I don't need to do any more." What would you can already hear the Republicans saying she's a coward, she's afraid, and I don't know how Trump, like, besides his cult, can look good for anyone by trying to dodge a debate. Like, you've had one with Biden, which is going to go down in history as one of the most important presidential debates, period, because it directly led to him dropping out of the race. And then you had one with Harris, and you claim you won this debate. So if you're so bold and confident, why don't we get another one? But see, this is why I said I really, the it's sad that in the United States you can take something like a customary thing of elections, especially presidential elections, is that the candidates have debates. They appear next to each other, several times over the course of an election cycle, whether it's in the primary, the general election. And here's Trump, who takes a very basic norm and just says to hell with that. I mean, he skips all the Republican debates and wins the primary. The voters reward him for just dodging a basic thing related to appealing to the electorate. And now he's running in the general election. I guess he thinks the same strategy can apply, but I don't think this makes him look good for independents. Like, imagine any person who wants a job saying, "Oh, okay, well, one of the prerequisites is I come in for the interview, the debate. I would show myself before the people that might hire me. Oh, no, I don't need to. I'm too big for that." Like I said, the only people that are going to let him get away with this are his cult supporters. Any normal person who follows this stuff will not think he looks good from dodging just a basic thing. Like, what is a debate? All you do is go in front of a podium, make sure you put a little makeup on your face so you don't look good, whatever, stand, have proper posture, and address questions that are really not that strong or powerful, and oftentimes leave a lot to be desired in terms of fact checking. That's it. That's the full extent of a debate. You go there, you speak a little bit about what you want to do. The other person might say something about you. You get to respond to them. Honestly, I'd be more afraid of just campaigning in public, because there's with so many people around you, you're more inclined to have a gaffe. But at least with that, I get it a little bit more. The fact that like he really is trying to pretend he won, and that gives him uh, the right to just be like, oh yeah, here's this thing you're supposed to do. Yeah. I hope the voters, if he loses this election, I hope there's some poll, and I know this won't happen because the poll is they usually don't like ask this reason, but I hope there's some segment of voters who are like, yeah, I was thinking, maybe it didn't sound too bad during the debate with Biden, the debate with Harris, but when he told Harris, I'm not going to do another one because I don't need to. It's like, who the hell do you think you are? But this goes back to the entitlement of these people. They feel like they don't have to do the basic things that are just required when you're trying to win these offices. It's really sad.